Gwe Akip Chilidoc. Hello and welcome to the beautiful Pictou County Wellness Center for semifinal action here at the 2023 Pictou County Bantam Memorial Hockey Tournament. My name is Michael Petter. This is Petter Sports and Streaming Services through AO Live. And before we go any further, we take a moment to acknowledge that the Pictou County Wellness Center, the entirety of Pictou County, and the entire region covered by all of the teams at this tournament, which is pretty much from one end of Nova Scotia to the other, all lie within the ancestral unceded territory of Mi'kmaq. We have for you today one of the A semi-finals to start things off. It is the top-seeded Brookfield Elks, who went through the round robin with a record of 3-0, taking on the Bedford Blues white team. They went through the round robin. No, the Bedford Blues blue team. I get so confused. The Bedford Blues blue team, who went through the round robin with a record of 2-1, including a game between these two teams back the very first game of the tournament, which the Brookfield Elks won by a score of 7-4. Elks again went through 3-0, a 7-4 win over the Blues blue team, a 4-2 victory over Halifax, and then a 10-0 win over Sydney yesterday. For the Bedford Blues blue team, that lost to Brookfield on Friday by a score of 7-4. They then beat Cape Breton West by a score of 5-2, and then yesterday rounded out their round robin with an 8-1 win over Sydney. As we get ready to go here, starting goaltenders for the Blues, Joshua Eaton. For the Elks, it is Taylor Bowser, and we are underway here at the Pictou County Wellness Center. Right away, the Elks with a chance early, but that puck ends up just going through the top of the crease. Uloth not quite able to get his stick on it. Pass for the Blues coming the other way. Trumbull can't quite get his stick on the puck, and they end up going all the way down into the Brookfield net, not knocking the net off of its moorings, however. So play is able to continue on. Taylor dumps the puck back down into the Elks zone. Bump delivered there by Tanner. Puck comes high into the slot. Smith with a shot. It gets all the way through. Save, rebound, and that'll get sent just wide. Now down into the corner. I believe that's Lenahan who sent it in behind the net. And now it's wrapped around the boards out the far side. It gets out just beyond Smith, out to center. Smith will play it across to Taylor. Taylor returns it to Smith, and the Blues captain. His pass ahead goes up into the air, but Trumbull able to glove it down. Not able to enter the zone. Trumbull another attempt now. He will get in across the blue line. Takes a bump there from White. Elks in their white jerseys. The Bedford Blues blue team in their blue jerseys. And I was jokingly talking to one of the Bedford parents earlier, and the Bedford Blues white team are in the semifinals. That'll get going in about 15 minutes on the other sheet of ice, and if it's the two Bedford teams against each other in the finals, I'm not even going to try. I will get so confused. I know it'll happen. There's a shot taken by Arsenault, and the first tough save of the morning for Taylor Bowser. 1:42 gone here in the opening period. Format will be the same as it has been for the entire tournament. 3 15-minute periods. We'll have one flood during the game. That'll come between periods 2 and 3. And I'm going to apologize in advance. I can already tell, even though it's just the first game of the day, it is the 16th game of the weekend that I am broadcasting. And so the vocal cords may not last the day. Here comes Green after a stumble by one of the Blues defensemen. Green comes in, and a big save made there by the goaltender, Joshua Eaton. And the breakaway, the save, and that will result in a face-off in the Bedford zone. With just under 2 minutes gone here in the first period. Another shot, another save, another stoppage, and we've just passed the here comes Trumbull working his way in, but doing a good job on the back check there is Landry. And now the puck gets out to center ice. Lenahan will play it across to Taylor. Taylor works it up the boards, knocked down at the blue line by Shreve for the Elks. Shreve plays it back to the Bedford blue line, where it was sent back the other way by Taylor. Now a big hit delivered there by Landry, and the puck ends up with the Elks. Shreve, he gets it ahead. Taylor knocks it down, and now kick forward by Coggan. Coggan goes after it, and smothering the puck is Eaton, and another stoppage. Just under 3 minutes gone. As again, this is the 1 versus 4 semifinal. Brookfield Elks finishing in first with that 3-0 record. Blues finishing in fourth with the 2-1 record. The Bedford Blues white team finished in second, as they were also 3-0, but the difference went to the Elks based on goal differential. And in third place with a record of 2 wins, no losses, and a tie, Antigonish. So Bedford White and Antigonish in the other semifinal, and that'll be played on the sheet of ice next door. And as has been the case all weekend long, due to only having one broadcast crew here, we're only able to shoot on one rink at a time. Until we figure out how to clone me, I can only shoot on one rink at a time. I could conceivably get another camera going, but until I can clone myself so that I can have a person to man that camera, you got one crew, you got one broadcast. So we will have a busy day here on AO Live through Petter Sports and Streaming. This A semifinal, that'll be followed immediately by a double A semifinal between the host Pictou County Crushers and the Acadia Axemen. That game also is a repeat of a game from in the round robin. Then we'll have the A final between the winners of this game going on now and the game just about to start over next door. Then between the A final and the double A final, we'll be switching gears a little bit. We'll be heading to a U18 major game here on this sheet of ice. The Weeks Majors hosting the Valley Wildcats. And then we'll wrap up the tournament with the double A final at 4:15 this afternoon. And then by 8 o'clock tonight, I plan to be passed out sleeping. And sleeping and sleeping and sleeping. And then back to work tomorrow morning at my other job. Taylor with the puck. He'll knock it back down into the Brookfield zone. Back to get it for the Elks there is Van Tassel. Van Tassel gets the puck ahead. It's played off the wall. Taylor holds it in and gets it back down below the goal line. Van Tassel to pick up there. He'll play it around the near side for Green. Green takes a bump, looking to work the puck ahead. Does get it up there to Rushton, and Rushton will go across to the far side with it for Cogger. Cogger into the zone, has it knocked away, now is able to try and win it back. Played to the line. There's a shot from the point by Landry. Shreve tries to get it down the boards. That gets knocked down, and out come the Blues. Bateman Hatch can't get too far in beyond the blue line. It's sent back up the other way. Smith back to get it for the Blues. Plays it across to Stanley. Stanley's pass ahead just slightly misses the target, and that means that Shreve will send it back the other way. Smith picks up once again in his own zone, plays it off the boards. That's knocked down there by McMillan. McMillan throws it at net. There's a shot. Save made by Eaton, and then the puck bounced away over to the far wall. Another shot, another save, rebound, and Eaton again makes the save. 6:17 gone here in the first period. still looking for the first goal of this game. We've already had 9 shots on goal combined. The Brookfield Elks with 7 of those 9 shots, but a very solid start for Joshua Eaton in the net for the Bedford Blues. There's another shot that ends up going wide into the corner. Picking up there was, I believe that was Lorraine Roach, although the number or the name on the back doesn't seem to match the name in the program, or the name on the roster that I was given, I should say. Have to try and get a better look at that. Yeah, 3. Can't quite tell what that name says on the back there for number 3. As he comes back this way. Goody. Okay, if anybody out there who's watching can tell me Goody's first name, send me a tweet at PetterPC_sports. That's at PETTERPC_sports. Because according to the roster that I've got, Breton Lorraine Roach is number 3, but according to the name on the back of the number 3 jersey that I see on the Bedford Blues, it's Goody. So anybody who knows the answer to that question, please send me that information. Therein lies the challenge sometimes when you're seeing a team for the first time in a tournament and you're going based off of the rosters that you've got that were printed in the program. And then, of course, you get the fact that there's 2 Bedford Blues teams, and you think you're looking at one when you're looking at the other, and Cogger plays it off the back of the net. Cogger still with it down below the goal line. Now gets it up high. Tried to get that pass all the way through to Landry, but that was knocked away. Now pass up for Lerner. Lerner not able to get out of the zone as it was knocked down by Tanner. Now Blues back in behind their own blue line or goal line once again. We're going to get our first penalty of the morning as tripping is the indication. And it is going to be Trent Uloth who goes off for the trip at 8:33 of the first period. So the Bedford Blues get the first power play of the morning here in this A semifinal, But the good start to the penalty kill there is Kyle McMillan able to send the puck down the length of the ice. Eaton out of the net to play it. Comes around the boards. Jollimore will step in. Sends it towards the net. That gets knocked down before it gets all the way there by Stanley. Now Stanley picks up the puck again. He'll get it ahead for Trumbull. Trumbull coming through center. Dumps the puck in deep. It goes all the way around the boards. White will get to it in the near corner. White bobbles the puck, but the Elks are able to recover and once again send it down the ice. 35 seconds gone in the Bedford man advantage. And the Elks strike first. I look down for a second to check on something. I look up and all of a sudden the Elks have got a shorthanded goal. 1-0 for the Brookfield Elks here in the early stages. Well, we're past the midpoint of the first period. Puck dumped right in onto Eaton. Eaton settles it off to the side. Now a slip and a fall there by White. Puck comes around to the near side. So Perrin with the goal, apparently unassisted. David Perrin scores to open the scoring in this semifinal. Looking next door, they are just underway in that game between Bedford Blues Bedford Blues White are over there. Bedford Blues Blue is this one. Bedford and Antigonish, anyway, over there next door. And it is still scoreless, just a minute or two in that one. Here, the Brookfield Elks have opened up a 1-0 lead. Again, this a rematch of the very first game to start back on Friday morning. It was played over on the other sheet of ice, so obviously I didn't get to see that game, but the final score was Elks 7, Bedford 4. There's a shot save made. And hanging on for a face-off once again is Eaton. Elks take the puck behind the net, pass back to the line for Landry. Landry sends it down. Attempted centering pass by Cogger. It ends up coming back to Cogger. He gets a shot away. That's steered aside by Eaton. Now Rushton will get the puck in the corner. Rushton takes it behind the net, comes out the near side. Circles. Stanley watching him. Pass out front. Will be cleared away by Smith. Smith now trying to get away from Cogger. Smith fires it around the boards. And the Elks step up. That was Shreve who got a shot away, but that steered aside, and now a chance by Rushton, and that's sent in behind the net. Smith trying to get it past Landry at the near wall. Landry able to get it back down into the corner for Rushton. Rushton throws it towards the front. There's a chance on the backhander by Green, and that goes way up high. And now the Blues, will fire it down the length of the ice and get an icing call with 3:10 left to go here in the first period. Again, we do want to try and be a little bit interactive here on Petter Sports and Streaming, so send us a tweet at Petter, PETTERPC_sports. You can reach us on Facebook. Go to facebook.com and then search for Petter Sports and Streaming. The and is an ampersand, not the word and. You can also get our blog page, petterpictousports.ca, and you can reach us through that as well. In behind the net, Elks with the puck, play back to the line. There's Tanner. Tanner sends it back down into the corner for Penny. Penny gets it out in front. Now with it behind the net is Uloth. Uloth working up the wall. Will send it back down low. Penny gets it behind the net, takes a bump there from Roussel. Puck cleared as far as the line. Tanner holds it in, gets it to McMillan. McMillan turns and fires. Roussel blocks that. Comes up the wall again, and Tanner works it right back down to McMillan. But McMillan coughs it up to Roussel, and Roussel will get it out to center ice where Jollymore was there waiting. Sent back down to the Blues blue line. And now dumped in just over the head of Taylor. It goes all the way in onto Eaton, who steers that one aside. Carrying up the ice now is Bateman Hatch. He coughs it up at center. Back to get it is Taylor. Stepping in Landry to White. Back to Landry as they work along the near side wall. Down into the corner. And picking up there is Purdy. Purdy in behind the net. Reverses direction. Comes into the near side corner. Back to the line for Landry. Landry coughs up the puck. Here's a chance for Trumbull, but Landry able to recover well and deny Trumbull from coming in on a rush. 1:23 left to go here in the first period. 1-0 for the Elks. A Division semifinal. Shot taken there by Ringer as I hear the goal horn going off next door. I turn, I look, I see that the celebration is on the Antigonish side. So the Antigonish Bulldogs take a 1-0 lead against the Bedford Blues white team. I'll get it right eventually. I'll figure it out. One of my... there's a shot, a nice block by the Blues forward Lenahan. And now here come the Elks coming back in. Rushton with the puck fires a shot, and Eaton makes the save and hangs on. So in both games right now, we have a 1-0 scoreline. Here it's in favor of the Brookfield Elks. Over on the other side, it's in favor of the Antigonish Bulldogs as they take on both of the Bedford Blues teams here in the 2A semifinals. Again, coming up next, it'll be the AA semifinal. On this sheet of ice, we'll have the Pictou County Crushers taking on the Acadia Axemen. And over on the other sheet of ice, it'll be the battle for the Causeway. Cape Breton West against Antigonish. And that will be, as I said, the battle for the Causeway. Those two teams renew acquaintances once again in the AA division semifinals here at the 2023 Pictou County Bantam Memorial Hockey Tournament. Those not familiar with the story behind this tournament, there's a shot. We'll go through it during the intermission. As the horn sounds, shots on goal in the first period. The Elks dominant with an 18-2 edge in shots on goal. But they're only able to get one past goaltender Joshua Eaton. And so... Gowdy, okay. Gowdy, okay. Yeah. So 3 is Gowdy, all right. Again, the story behind the tournament in 1984, Pictou County Scottsburn Bantam A team were coming home from a hockey tournament in New Brunswick. One of the cars was involved in a fatal motor vehicle accident. 3 players and the mother of one of those 3 players all dying in that accident tragically. Those 3 players, John Allen McDonald, Donald Gladwin, Sean McKay, and it was Sean's mom in the vehicle with them, Lee Marie McKay, all 4 of them tragically losing their lives. That was in February of 1984. February of 1985, we had the first memorial tournament in memory of those players and that hockey mom. And the tournament has been held every year since, except, of course, 2021 and 22 due to COVID. We did hold it in 2020. Things didn't fall apart until March of 2020. So in February 2020, we were able to hold the tournament. And that was the last one prior to this year. And this, the 39th anniversary of the tragedy. Next year will be the 40th anniversary. And we're going to be calling it the 40th annual tournament, even though we technically didn't hold 2 of those tournaments. It's still the 40th anniversary and the 40th annual tournament. And just one final note on that. If you ever notice Pictou County hockey teams that are under the auspices of the Pictou County Minor Hockey Association, and even up to the Pictou County Junior A Crushers, the Weeks Majors, the U15 Major Bantam, or Major Warewell Bombers, none of those teams use the numbers 2, 9, or 20, as those were the numbers of those 3 players, McDonald, McKay, and Gladwin. Stanley back to get the puck, plays it off the wall, held in at the line there. And we're going to get a penalty for cross-checking against Tanner. So the Blues will go to their second power play of the game. Last time the Blues were on the power play, though, the Elks got the only goal of the game so far, a shorthanded marker scored by David Perrin. And sounds like there was another goal next door. And yes, indeed. So it's now 2-0, I do believe, for the Antigonish Bulldogs. Try and get you confirmation of that in a moment, as they haven't put it up on the scoreboard yet. Now they have. Yes, it is 2-0 for the Bulldogs. They're about midway through. And now they get another goal over there, and it looks like the Bulldogs fans are the ones celebrating yet again. So a quick 3-0 start for the Antigonish Bulldogs in the other A semifinal. Meanwhile, here we've got 2:20 gone in the first period. Elks with the 1-0 lead. There's a shot that goes wide. Blues on the power play, though, for another minute and 12 seconds. Taylor sends a puck towards the net. That'll get kicked away by Bowser. Puck comes up to Rushton. Rushton will be able to clear the zone as Taylor stepped up. Now back to get it is Roussel. That one dumped in. Taylor back to pick up for the Blues. Pass ahead, broken up by Penny. Puck comes to the line, held in there by Landry. Working down the wall is McMillan. McMillan in behind the net, kills off a few of these seconds for the Bedford power play. Now Roussel, or that wasn't Roussel, that was Trumbull sending the puck down into the Elk zone, comes off on a change. Coming the other way, Landry trying to work his way down, all the way down low into the Bedford zone. Just 16 seconds left in the penalty. Landry able to tie up the puck along the boards, killing more of this penalty. Now it comes free, and getting onto the puck there is McMurtry. He'll get it ahead. That pass just a little bit behind the intended target of Lerner, and down the ice it goes. Penalty comes to an end. We're back to 5-on-5. Elks launch the puck down the ice, trying to spring Tanner on a breakout pass after the end of the penalty, but not able to connect. And so it becomes an icing against the Elks with 3:46 gone here in the first period, or second period, excuse me. Face off deep inside the Brookfield zone. Elks able to clear. Pass up intended for Purdy. Purdy does get to it just ahead of Smith. Goes to dump it in. Smith knocks the dump in down. Now clearing attempt. Purdy swings and misses. And that will allow McMurtry to send it the rest of the way down the ice, right on to goaltender Taylor Bowser. And the Elks come up, play the puck off the glass. That'll be an icing call. 10:41 remaining here in the opening period, or second period. Sorry, folks, I'm a little punchy already, and it's only 9 o'clock in the morning. As puck comes to the line, Stanley not able to hold it in. Roussel goes to dump it back in. That's knocked down. Play back out to center. Stanley for Gowdy. That pass just a little bit out of Gowdy's reach. Now Stanley gets it over to Arsenault. Arsenault with the move. Trying to come through center. Has that knocked off his stick. And it'll be sent down back into the Bedford zone. Just about 5 minutes gone here in the first period. Second period. We haven't had a flood yet. That's my excuse as to why I'm confused. I'm really better at this than I sound right now. Trust me. Green with a shot. There's a save. So far, this game will not be going on to my highlight reel, that's for sure. Not because of the quality of the hockey either. The quality of the hockey has been great. The quality of the play-by-play has been a little bit suspect. Here's Taylor with the puck now. If you can't poke fun at yourself, what's the point? Tanner gets to it at the line, plays it back down into the corner. Picking up there is Uloth. Uloth takes it behind the net, out the far corner, gets it knocked off his stick by Ringer, and now out to center. The puck is sent, and back to get it will be McMillan for the Elks. McMillan takes it back below his own goal line, taking a look at his options, comes out from behind the net, pass intended for Tanner, but we're going to get a penalty. Slashing is the indication, and it looks like it's going to be Ringer who goes off. So for the first time today, the Brookfield Elks will get a power play. With just about 6 minutes gone in the second period, the Elks leading at 1-0. And they will get a man advantage here for 2 or less, with Ringer in the box for Slashing. Puck comes up the wall, gets past Landry and out to center. Going over to get it is Tanner. Tanner plays it off the boards and down the ice. Picking up in his own zone is Smith. Smith tries to clear, but he can't. It was knocked down by Penny. Penny's shot goes wide. Tanner stepping in. Gets it towards the front of the net, just out of the reach of Penny. Comes into the near corner. Smith takes a big swing at it, but Landry able to knock that down before it clears the zone. Another chance to clear. And Landry with the glove save. Then Landry takes a hit from the top of the back from Bateman Hatch. Another shot and a save made by Eaton. And Eaton will hang on for a face-off. 1:12 left to go in the penalty. 8:16 left to go here in this second period. Very entertaining game here so far. Despite the differential in the shot clock, it's 21-3 in the shots in favor of the Elks, but the Blues really don't look like they're getting outplayed to that margin. It's just the Elks are throwing everything and the kitchen sink at the Bedford net. The Blues, meanwhile, everything they throw towards the Brookfield net, the Elks are doing a good job of blocking it before it gets all the way through to Bowser. Here's Purdy with the puck now. Purdy looks, waits, shoots, save, rebound. Puck still loose. And the referee blew it down a little bit quick. And that seems to have been a bit of a trend here this weekend. We've seen a lot of whistles go a little bit quicker than I am certainly used to. Now, I don't know if that's a regular characteristic of hockey at the A and AA level as opposed to the major level. I'm used to doing U15 major, U16 AAA, U18 major, U18 female major, junior A. And at all those levels, it tends to be that the referees are not quite as quick with the whistle if a puck is in and around the crease. They make sure that the goalie, they're a little bit more patient to make sure that the goalie has the puck before they blow it down, which occasionally can lead to issues the other way. Perrin dumps the puck back in after it came just out across the line. We are back to 5-on-5. Smith with it now, looking for options. Cogger doing a good job of denying all those options. Now the puck sent back down below the goal line. Cogger will be the first one to it. Throws it to the front of the net. Nobody in white there. Net gets knocked off its moorings. And we'll get a save, and the referee blows it down. 6:26 left to go here in the second period. And the Brookfield Elks carrying a lead. Meanwhile, next door, they've taken it back down to 2-0, so one of those goals must have gotten disallowed. They had put a 3-0 scoreline up on the board, but as I look back over there now, it says 2-0 again. So the third Antigonish goal must have been waved off. And obviously without being over there, I can only go based on... And we're going to see a goaltender change here for the Bedford Blues. And a little bit surprised at that. Maybe it was always the plan that they were each going to play half of the game. But with how well Eaton has played through the first half of this game, only giving up one goal on 26 shots through a little over half of the game. But now we're going to get a penalty against the Elks. Head contact is the indication. Cogger is the one who's going to go off. So the Blues will get their third power play of the morning with 5:39 to go here, second period. Just a 2-minute head contact penalty. And as I've mentioned a few times throughout the weekend, head contact becoming a bit of a misnomer, as it's not just if you hit the head, it's anywhere in the head, neck, or like up in the middle of the top of the shoulders, like up around the collarbone from the front, or the middle of the back. Middle of the top of the back. They'll call that head contact. Smith with a shot. That gets deflected, and Bowser with a acrobatic save. The puck is still free, however. There's a shot, and a big stop made by Penny. That's a key one. Now a sharp angle shot. That goes wide, and the Elks will finally relieve the pressure by launching it down the ice. Couple of wild moments there in front of the net of Taylor Bowser. According to the shot clock, only one shot coming out of that. I thought for sure there were at least two, maybe three. Elks create the turnover at their own blue line this time and launch it down the ice. 44 seconds left in the penalty. Smith now will send it around the other way for Arsenault. And I should mention as well, the second goalie here for the Bedford Blues doesn't have a name bar and is not in the program, so that's another one. Please do send me the tweet on that. And again, with this being the first time seeing this team and only having the information that's out of the program, I don't have the name for that goalie. Puck comes up the wall to Landry, who fires the shot. Save is made. Now a shot from Van Tassel. That doesn't get all the way through. We're back to 5-on-5. And there we finally see the second goal of the game. Cogger able to put one just past the glove of the New Bedford goaltender. And so it is now 2-0 for the Brookfield Elks. 3:26 remaining here in period number 2. Again, send me that information through Twitter at PetterPC_sports, PETTERPC_sports. Shot right onto Bowser. He makes the save and hangs on. 3:20 now left to go. Perrin and Van Tassel get the assists on that goal. So once again, it is Jacob Cogger from David Perrin and Rigby Van Tassel at 11:34 of period number 2 to make it a 2-0 scoreline. Puck gets to the line and just out. Knocked back in again by Taylor. Elks look to clear the zone yet again. They do. Puck is knocked down at center ice by Taylor. Played right back into the zone. Van Tassel on it once again. Van Tassel this time will take it back behind his own net. Up the near side. That's broken up. And working on it there, Lerner. Lerner will send it in behind the net. Van Tassel goes after it in the far corner. Played back to the line. There's a shot, deflected save, rebound, scores! Zach Lenahan on the rebound, gets the Blues on the board, and it's 2-1. Just a minute and 2 seconds after the Blues went down by 2. They pull back to within 1. Big goal there by Lenahan to stem the momentum of the Brookfield Elks here this morning. Lerner and Ringer with the assists, so Zach Lenahan with the goal from Xavier Lerner and Cooper Ringer at 12:36 of the second period. And it's now 2-1 in favor of the Brookfield Elks. That pass ahead ends up getting through Penny, so that's going to be an icing call against Brookfield with 1:47 left to go here in the second period. Again, we'll have a full intermission with a flood coming up at the end of this period. And then between the A semifinal and the AA semifinal, we will be having just a quick switch over to allow for us to stay on schedule. We'll have a flood between the first and second periods of that AA semifinal. Then we'll have a flood between the AA semifinal and the A final, which will match up the winners of this game and the game going on the other sheet of ice right now. Again, that is the Bedford Blues white team on the other side, taking on the Antigonish Bulldogs. Right now, the Bulldogs lead that one 2-0 with about 4.5 minutes gone in the second period. Here in this one, the Brookfield Elks lead the Blues blue team. And just about tied up there, though, as turning and firing it just wide was Lenahan, almost getting his second of the game. Now Jollimore gets the pass ahead. Sent the rest of the way down into the blue zone. Taylor back to get it. Takes it behind the net. Taylor tried to play it up the far wall. That was knocked back by White. I hear the goal horn sounding next door. And it looks like it's the Bulldogs fans who are clapping. So it's now 3-0 for the Bulldogs. And we'll wait for confirmation of that. As yes, they did put the 3 up on the board there now. Although we saw one goal for the Bulldogs get taken back off the board earlier. Here's a shot by Shreve. That was probably going to go wide, but the new Blues goaltender, whose, again, name I was not given. Just looking at the Twitter to see if anybody sent me that. No, still. All right, go back to. All right. Puck cleared out. Lerner loses it there. Just a couple seconds left in the period. And that will do it for period number 2. Shots on goal in the second. 11 by the Brookfield Elks. 6 by the Bedford Blues. And the two-period total 29-8. That's going to do it for period number 2 here in the A semifinal of the 2023 Pictou County Bantam Memorial Hockey Tournament. After 30 minutes of play, it is Brookfield 2, Bedford 1. You are watching the tournament here on Petter Sports and streaming through AO Live. Welcome back as we get ready for the start of the third period here between the Brookfield Elks and the Bedford Blues Blue team. Big thanks to the Bedford parents watching back home who have relayed the information through to me that it is Curran Flanagan now in net for the Blues. And also that the other player whose name didn't match the name on the back of the jersey is Paddy Gowdy. And also for helping with the pronunciation on that name as well. Elks right now, as it stands, 15 minutes away from making it to the A final, which is scheduled for 11:30 this morning. The current score next door has the Antigonish Bulldogs leading 3-0 in the late stages of the second period of that one. So if both of these scores hold, it would be Brookfield versus Antigonish in the championship game. But of course, there's still a lot of hockey left to be played on both sheets of ice before that happens. So both Bedford teams trailing at this point, but both Bedford teams have shown this weekend that they have the firepower to come back if necessary. So far from over. Puck sent in behind the net. Smith picks up there for the Blues. Smith doesn't like what he sees, so circles back, takes it back behind his net again. Still being watched on the forecheck by Perrin. Perrin able to get the turnover and tries the wraparound, but that's knocked away by Flanagan. Now here comes Trumbull. Trumbull takes a bump with a nice check there made by Tanner. And the puck ends up rolling in onto Bowser. Bowser hangs on for a face-off. Just 53 seconds gone here in the third period. Again, a quick scheduling note. Between the A final and the double A final today, the stream for day 3 will be paused as I have to use the same computer to do the stream for the week's majors game. That has to be on a different stream key. Just a fancy way of saying I'm using the same computer, but I'm changing the site that, or not the, well, the sub-site that it goes to. So you'll see if you go in between the A and double A finals, the day 3 stream will be paused. Heard a goal horn next door, and Bedford is on the scoreboard. It's now 3-1. So the Blues white team next door taking on Antigonish have gotten on the board. They still trail by 2 in the very late stages. Here comes a chance for Rushton. Rushton in on the breakaway. Rushton makes a move, and a big save made by Flanagan. Curran Flanagan keeps his team within 1, and that's a huge save to keep his team in it. Only trailing by a single goal. And I was talking to one of the Bedford parents during the intermission, and they said that the reason for the change that took place at the midway point of the second period was that the plan is, if the Blues make it to the final, Eaton will get the start in the final, and they didn't want Eaton to be fatigued by having played a full game in the semifinal. So this was always the planned scenario for how the goaltenders were going to get used today. That Eaton would play the first half of the semifinal. Flanagan would come in. Eaton was absolutely lights out in the first half of the game and kept his team in it, only giving up 1 goal on 26 shots. And so far, Flanagan, since coming in, has been good, only giving up 1 goal so far on 5 shots and a couple of very difficult saves. There's now 1 goal on 6 shots. And, you know, hindsight being 2020, maybe they would have left Eaton in as Flanagan did give up that goal relatively early in his appearance, but there's a chance and they score, and you cannot blame Flanagan on that one. That was an absolute perfect shot by Jacob Cogger in the slot. The puck came rolling to him, and I don't care what goalie it is, nobody's making that save when Cogger has a shot from that position. But it is now 3-1, so we've got the same scoreline in both games. Brookfield up on Bedford 3-1 in this semifinal. Antigonish up on Bedford 3-1 in the other semifinal. Both teams looking to make it to the A final of the 2020, or all four teams looking to make it to the final of the 2023 Pictou County Bantam Memorial Hockey Tournament. Julian Rushton with an assist, and I believe the second assist was announced as Braden Green. Didn't quite hear it clearly, but that's what it sounded like to me. So once again, Jacob Cogger with the goal at 2:31 of the third period, assisted by Julian Rushton and Braden Green to make it the 3-1 scoreline. Now we're going to get a slashing penalty, and it looks like it's going to be Jackson White who goes off for the Brookfield Elks. So with 11:36 to go, the fourth power play of the game for the Bedford Blues. And we're not quite to the point where this is a must convert, but it's almost to that point for the Bedford Blues as they trail by 2 with 11 and a half minutes left to go. And the way the Brookfield Elks defense has been in this game, you get the feeling that the Blues are not going to get a lot of chances. Again, this is the second meeting of these two teams this weekend. When they met on the opening day, literally the opening game of the tournament started half an hour earlier than the opening game on this sheet of ice. The opening game on the Bell Alliant Arena next door, it was Brookfield winning by a score of 7-4. Slightly different story in this one. Brookfield is ahead again, but a lot lower scoring. It's just 3-1. There's a shot shorthanded. That goes high and wide. The referee takes a bit of a tumble. Stepping up now, there's a shot by Van Tassel. That goes into the end glass as the Elks, despite being shorthanded, are putting the pressure on the Blues here. 50 seconds left to go in the man advantage for Bedford, but Brookfield maintaining the pressure, getting the puck down into the corner. Cogger back there takes a bump, and the puck ends up rolling to Taylor. Taylor trying to work it ahead for Bedford, and it is played out to center. Back to get it, Rushton plays it off the boards and down the ice. Flanagan, or actually it is, I see now that it is Eaton back in the net. Didn't notice when that change happened. Did Eaton come in to start the period, or was there? It was at the start of the period? Okay, so Eaton came back in at the start of the period. So Flanagan came in and made one save on 3 shots in, 6 minutes and 21 seconds of playing time. And now Eaton is back in there. Eaton's the one who made that incredible save that I mentioned earlier, and then Eaton is the one who had that goal get by him, and I apologize. They both wear white helmets, and sometimes it's a little hard to see the numbers on the goalie, so I didn't notice the change that went back at the start of the third period. Penalty to the Blues, and the goal has been waved off, and Eaton indicating it was kicked in. The referee waved it off immediately, so whatever the reason, the penalty, it was kicked in. Okay, so Eaton was right when he gave the kicking motion. The referee waved it off. The referee didn't show the indication of why, but the goaltender did. So it was indeed a kicking motion that caused that to get waved off. Puck is played back in onto Eaton, and he'll cover up and hang on. 3:36 left to go in the double minor taken by Patty Gowdy for the head contact. We did play a few seconds of 4-on-4. But now a huge kill. It was 4 seconds that we were at 4-on-4. Another shot, another save by Eaton. For those of you who care about such things, the penalty coming at 5:20 of the third period. Again, a double minor for head contact taken by Patty Gowdy. So the Brookfield Elks, with 9:08 left to go here in the third period, still have about 3.5 minutes of power play time left, but there's a big dump down the ice. Bowser will set it off to the side for Ty Shreve. Shreve makes the pass ahead. That just misses Penny. Smith will now back up with it and send it down the ice. Knocked down at the blue line by Shreve. Lerner had his stick on it momentarily, but it rolled away from him. Now Lerner gets it back as McMillan tried to clear it out. Picked up by Shreve in the corner. Shreve with the pass, but that gets broken up. Now the Elks get it out to center. Here comes Jollimore. Jollimore comes in, gets a shot away, Eaton the save, and he'll cover up and hang on for a face-off. 8:26 left to go. And for Eaton, that is now 31 saves. No. I'm a math teacher. Did you know that? I'm a math teacher. 33 saves on 35 shots. Yeah, when I'm not doing this, I teach math. You'd never know it from that moment, but it's true. 2:36 left to go here in the double minor taken by Gowdy. 8:16 to go in the third period. There's a shot that goes off the outside of the net, off the stick of Lenahan. Lenahan has the only goal for the Blues so far this morning. Lenahan knocks the puck away. Now the Elks are able to bring it out. Here's Perrin. He'll get it over to White. White working his way down the right side. White trying to go short side with it, but Eaton closes the door and hangs on for another face-off. 2:15 to go in the Elk power play. 7:55 to go, third period. Brookfield Elks up by 2. Trying to book their spot in the finals at 11:30 this morning, where they would face the winner of Antigonish and Bedford White. Right now, Antigonish leading that other semifinal 3-1. They're in the second intermission. Shot from the line by Landry, saved by Eaton. Puck loose at the side of the net. It's batted away into the corner. Now back to the line for Landry again. Landry fans on a shot, recovers as Trumbull was there, but now Landry will skate it down the left wing boards, tries to get it to the front of the net for White. It goes off a skate. Landry gets it again. Another attempt to get it out front, knocked down by Smith. Landry with it again. Now it's knocked off his stick, comes to White at the near wall. 1:30 left to go in the power play. White looking short side, and Eaton again covers up and hangs on for a face-off. Shots on goal right now, 41-10 for the Brookfield Elks. And Joshua Eaton facing 38 of those 41 shots. He's made 36 saves on those 38 shots, giving his team a chance. There's another shot and another save. Jollimore now, another shot and another save made by Eaton. Although those two not appearing on the shot clock as of yet. To be fair to those guys downstairs, it's sometimes hard to see the angles to tell if a puck gets all the way through or not. I've done that job in this building, and the angle that you're at there in that penalty box, sometimes the sight line isn't the greatest. Pass out in front, there's another chance, and Eaton, I think, got another save there. It may have deflected up high on its own, but it might have been Eaton who got a piece of that one. Elks still pressuring here as they have 30 more seconds left in the power play. But Jollimore from the line. Shot saved. They score! Eaton got a piece of the puck, but it ended up just squeezing through him. And that might be enough for the Elks to book their spot in the final later this morning. The shot from the line. And it just ends up squeaking through Joshua Eaton. He has been brilliant this morning, but that one just got through him for a 4-1 lead for the Brookfield Elks. Now under 6 minutes left to go here in the third period. Time of the power play goal, 8 minutes, 52 seconds of the third. So that, and now another one for the Elks. As I was looking down, writing down the previous goal. Now, timeouts had not been allowed in the round robin portion of the tournament, but here in the semifinals and in the finals, teams are allowed to call timeouts. So the Bedford Blues blue team will use their timeout here with 5:47 left to go in the third after a pair of goals coming just 21 seconds apart. The scoring summary on that goal at 8:52, it was Ryland Jollimore, again on the power play, from Braden Green and Jacob Cogger. Now another goal coming at 9:13, just 21 seconds later. And for Eaton, he still made 36 saves on 40 shots. I don't care who a goalie is. If he makes 36 saves in one game, he deserves a big pat on the back. This Brookfield Elks team, just so much firepower. We've seen them run up a huge number of goals in this tournament so far. As they announced that goal, I couldn't really hear much of any of what was announced on that one. So the goal that made it 5-1 might have been, I don't have a clue. I can't even guess, as I couldn't hear the announcement there. Oh! As that one rolls just along the goal line, and Eaton a little bit frustrated with himself right now, but he has no reason to be frustrated. He has played a very good game this morning. I understand, but I understand the frustration, but a lot for that young man to be proud of. He might not feel it in the moment right now, but when he looks back, hopefully a save performance of 38 out of 42 as that, and plus that doesn't even count a couple of shots that were taken that didn't get put up on the scoreboard. That's 38 out of 42 officially, and the Elks give up a power play goal here. Didn't even get a chance to tell you that Nicholas Penny took a hooking call. And it's now a 3-goal game, still 5 minutes, 4:52 left to go. It's not over yet. The Bedford Blues need just 3 seconds of power play time to get one back. Don't turn this off yet, folks. This is not over. A big power play goal there by the Bedford Blues. And they still got a chance. Meanwhile, next door, sounds like a goal was scored there. as we just had the hooking call announced. Now we'll get the announcement of the goal. The goal next door, I just heard the goal horn. It was Antigonish scoring, so it's now 4-1 over there over the Bedford White team. Looks like they're still trying to figure out the Blues goal, as they're not giving us the announcement yet. All right, now we got it. It is Xavier Lerner getting the power play goal at 10:08, assisted by Spencer Bateman-Hatch and Logan Taylor on the power play, making it now 5-2. And so they've climbed a little bit closer. The clock certainly is a little bit of a factor right now, but don't count this Blues team out. We talked about Brookfield and how much firepower they have, though. And the save made there by Eaton, and he'll hang on. 3:16 left to go here in the third period. 11 minutes left to go next door. So again, if both of these scores hold, it will be Brookfield versus Antigonish at 11:30. There's a shot saved by Eaton, and the rebound cleared away. Down to 3 minutes left in the semifinal. The Brookfield Elks, including this game, have now scored 26 goals in 4 games. Eaton took that last shot off the mask. He's just taking a moment to get a quick little bit of repair work on a couple of clasps there. Looks like he's got it all back in order, so back into the net he goes, and we'll get the puck drop with 3:01 left to go here in the third period. Bedford trailing 5-2. We mentioned the Elks, 26 goals now in this, their 4th game of the weekend. That works out to 4.5 goals per game. And any team that's got that kind of firepower, obviously they are going to be difficult to beat. Pass comes all the way through to the near side. Jollimore, or 6.5 goals per game, excuse me. I know how to, I'm a math teacher. I should know. 6.5 goals per game for Brookfield so far this weekend. Here's Lerner with the puck now. Lerner gets taken off of the puck, and White will pick up. Just over 2 minutes left. White takes it to the near side, has it knocked away. Lerner gets it back down into the Brookfield zone. Back to get it is Jollimore. He'll play it up the wall. White able to get it past Ringer and out to center. It hops back into the zone. Lenahan gets a stick on it there, and that's going to be an offside with 1:48 to go. They're down to 9 minutes and change left next door. Antigonish with the 4-1 lead there. Net empty for the extra attacker. Why not? It's a semifinal. Win or go home, so throw everything but and including the kitchen sink out there while you can. Blues get it into the Elk zone, down into the corner. Lenahan chasing after it behind the net. Able to take him away off the puck was Landry. Landry plays it off the boards out to center. Ringer dumps it right back in again. Lerner comes back out to touch up. That gives time for Tanner to go back, get the puck below her own goal line, plays it up the wall. It gets knocked down there by the Blues. Coming back to pick up, though, for the Elks. Another one that gets through and goes just wide of the net. Smith tried to knock it down. Okay, forgive me for this, But if that puck goes right through the feet of Smith, how is that icing? Like, it went right through his feet. It's not like he tried to reach for it and it was out of his reach. It went literally through his feet on the ice. Now, maybe there's something in the rules that I've missed somewhere, but I thought for sure that would be icing. There's a shot that goes wide, under a minute left to go here, third period. Elks ahead by 3. Rushton with the puck. Blues net empty. His pass intercepted by Trumbull. Here comes Trumbull. His pass goes through the feet of Lerner. Elks, Jollimore picks up in his own zone. Jollimore looking to clear it back out. He does. Rushton coming up after it. Rushton will get to it. Plays it towards the front of the net. And there's Cogger with the goal. And that will definitely ice it. And the Brookfield Elks will be playing for a championship banner here this afternoon at the later this morning, I should say. 11:30 scheduled time for the puck drop for the Brookfield Elks. Looks like it might be the Antigonish Bulldogs that they play, as the Bulldogs with a 3-goal lead right now with 7 minutes left. 7:45 left if you want to get real specific. Not quite sure what the Blues also got a penalty there. Didn't see, and we got another goal next door. And Arsenault gets the puck into the Elk zone. Arsenault picks up again. 16 seconds left to go. Down into the corner. 10 seconds. There's a shot, save made. And covering up is Taylor Bowser. It's 4-2 next door now, so Bedford Blues white team closing the gap. And we'll keep you updated on that one, and tell you what the matchup will be. But we know it'll be the Brookfield Elks into the championship game to take on either Antigonish or Bedford White at 11:30. So in an hour and a half, as soon as our AA semifinal is done, we'll get to the A final. Stick around right now for the presentation of the players of the game. I know in my mind who those players of the game will be. We'll have to wait and see if that is how it plays out. And that's not taking anything away from any of the other players. Both these teams had a great game this morning. This Brookfield team is just so powerful. 27 goals now in 4 games. That's 6.75 goals per game so far here in this tournament. As we wait for the presentation of the players of the game, and as soon as that's done, we'll get warm-ups going for the AA semifinal. We'll have Pictou County taking on Acadia. As we're getting the announcement of the All-Stars, Michael McIntosh of Pictou is the All-Star goaltender. Zach Lenahan of these Bedford Blues is one of the All-Stars of the tournament. Lenahan certainly had a great game today as well. Owen Landry, no big surprise there. Landry has been absolutely stellar as a defenseman in this tournament, particularly as well in today's game. And another Brookfield Elks defenseman named a tournament all-star, that being Rylan Jollimore, excuse me. And I'm guessing the other two forward all-stars are playing right now over in the other semifinal, which is why we're not getting them announced. That's good. That's my guess. So I wasn't given any indication of whether that was true, but that is my guess as to why they wouldn't be announcing those other two all-stars. Congratulations to the 4 all-stars we've just seen announced here. The goaltender, Josh Eaton, again, well-deserved. He was absolutely phenomenal with 45 official shots faced, probably closer to the mid-50s. And Cogger with a hat trick, including the goal that ended up being the eventual game winner. He's player of the game for Brookfield. So again, the Elks advance to the finals. The Bedford Blues blue team, their tournament is finished, but they played very good hockey all weekend long. Elks looks like it'll be the Antigonish Bulldogs, as the Bulldogs still lead by 2 with about 4 minutes left. But we don't know that with 100% certainty as of yet. So until just a couple minutes from now when we bring you the AA semifinal, on behalf of my awesome cameraman Lucas, this is Michael Pedersen. May your skates always be sharp. May your shots always hit the top shelf. Final score once again, Brookfield Elks advance to the final with a 6-2 victory over the Bedford Blues blue team. Thanks so much for watching. We'll be back with you in just a couple minutes.